Good morning, everybody. Fancy meeting you here today. I'm going to do a mukbang. Mukbang. That's how you're supposed to say it. Some people say mukbang. Sounds very Americanized. Mukbang. Okay, and today my husband made me a delicious egg, cheese, and bacon English muffin sandwich, and it looks so delicious. I'm really so hungry. Oh my gosh. So, shall we get into it? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm gonna check my hair. Make sure it's not too disgusting for you guys, you viewers. And I'm back in my room because my kids and my husband are out there, so like they get a little bit noisy, and it just kind of makes it hard to video and get some good sound. Anyway, so I'm going to place my bacon. First I'm going to take some, then I'm going to snag a little bit. I love bacon. My husband's allergic to tannic acid, which is in the bacon, and he'll eat a whole plate anyway. And he'll come out like with what's it called? Like he'll have broken up with hives and stuff. Must not be too allergic to it, but he is allergic to it. So I don't know. Oh, can you see that? The egg yolk is dripping. I got cheese, bacon, egg. So that. I really like to combine these mukbangs with stories because, I mean, it takes a little while to eat it, so I might as well tell you a story of experiences I've been through in my life. I haven't had a boring life, that's for sure. And that all started off with the fact that my mom has 6 daughters, so there was nothing boring about that. And by the time all 6 of us were there and present after we were all born, it was like a slumber party every single night. And having sisters was so supportive growing up. Like, just, there was so much encouragement and belief in each other, and we still are like that, even though we've all grown up. We're all adults. We all have kids. Or are married, which is like having kids. But being in a household of all those girls, and my poor dad, like, he was always outnumbered. And then we'd always have cousins over, too, which are girl cousins. We hardly ever got to see our boy cousins. And we adored them when we did get to see them. But we did get to have quite a bit of good times with our female cousins. My mom was like the ultimate party planner. Man, she just made the best parties growing up. So we lived in a mobile home. We had a really small yard. But when we'd have these slumber parties with all us girl cousins, we'd pitch this tent. And we'd all put our sleeping bags in it. But I'm not sure why we did, because like most of those slumber parties were all-nighters. Not for me. Like, I was always a sleeper. I was like always the first to sleep and always the last to wake up. And I come from a family of pranksters. Like, my mom is a beard doll, and beard dolls are pranksters. We have a good time. We were not going to let life be boring at all. So I always got my bras frozen or something, you know. Shout out to Marsha and Brenda doing that. Patty. It got crazy. It would get crazy. So my mom would make these plans. She would do she'd make sure that all of us had bags of candy. Like, I remember there was like chocolate malt balls, Twizzlers, Tootsie Pops, that's piece of bacon. I can't remember what else she put in it. Oh, as I spit. Oops. Oopsie. She'd start off making sure we had our own bags of candy so that we had treats to enjoy all night long. And then we'd do like games. Oftentimes we'd play like spin the bottle or truth or dare. And then she'd plan for us to walk to the gas station. It was down, we lived at the very top of the trailer park. And we had to walk all the way down to the bottom where there's a main road and there was a gas and go down there. And we would buy drinks. And I remember we would take like orange Bang and mix it with root beer. Or have red Fanta, that was good. And I remember that gas station sold apple beer, and like all of us girls were like, oh my gosh, apple beer. And I think some people would buy it. But we were like feeling like we were rebellious because the name was beer. Even though there was no alcohol in it. And we would just be so rowdy and giggly and stuff while we were talking, like while we were walking. And we'd walk and we'd zigzag back up. We'd zigzag around each block, getting back to our house. During the summertime, there was a swimming pool that was there, and that was really fun. We'd always get to go swim. Usually that was like our Saturday affair after the night of having a lot of fun and playing games and stuff. We were all dancers, so a lot of our playing was just dancing. Like, we loved dancing and choreographing things. But one of my favorite things, I'm going to dip this in my egg yolk that dripped down here. It's so good. Look at that. I don't know if you guys like wet yolks, but I totally do. Some people are like, ew, gag me with a spoon, but me, I love it. Look at that. Whoa. Wish not, right? My favorite thing that we got to play, my mom had a lot of records, like pop music though, like Michael Jackson, Genesis, Captain and Tennille. She had Van Halen's Jump record. She had Bad Company. And she'd familiarize us with these songs. And then she would name that song and put the record on the record player and play a couple seconds of it, and we would have to guess it. And then she would she'd have a bag of Snickers or something, little miniature Snickers, and whoever would guess it would get it. And I remember feeling so rewarded knowing the songs. She had like Vanessa Williams and I'm trying to think who else she had. Dr. Hook. Whitney Houston. She had quite an awesome collection of albums. Well, we just had so much fun, and I remembered like there were other girls in the neighborhood that we didn't know really good, that I think that it would attract the attention of other people with all of us, this group of all these girls hanging out over at this mobile home house and the yard outside and stuff. So we'd have like new friends come over that we would never have met. Some of them were a little older than me and my sisters, but they were some of the ages of our cousins that came out. And so it was like networking, like on, not obviously not on a social media level, but I mean, it was like they'd hear the commotion and then they'd come over and stuff. That was really fun. And so we made some new relationships and it was awesome. Some of those girls were a little more rowdy than our bunch, though it was a little bit crazy, but it was still a fun thing. So when we first started, I don't think that there might have been maybe two of our cousins that were in like professional dance groups, while the rest of us, we were just having a really good time. And throughout the years after that, then like all of us, like every single one of our cousins got into dance. And we were all part of the Utah Angels, which doesn't exist anymore. But it was taught by some of the daughters, and some of the daughters have their own dance teams now. And they moved. We were in Utah County, and the major dance teacher that was there while I was there, her name was Polly. She moved to Cedar City, which was like 3 hours away. So we didn't get to see her very much after that. She'd gotten married and was just really happy. And she had a daughter that was 2 and could dance like so well, like amazing. I remember like being so, like everyone being so like dumbfounded by how wonderful this girl could dance. She was tiny, like this little girl. She's an adult now. So we're talking about life progression, Let's see what else. Oh my gosh. When we would go to dance rehearsal, they had this big dance hall called the Apollo in American Fork. And before our dance teams would start rehearsing and stuff, they'd have ballroom dancers there. Legine Lyman was the dance instructor there. And I think her and her husband taught ballroom dancing. And I think that they were also the head of the ballroom dancing at BYU in Provo. And I remember those girls coming out with those gorgeous dresses on. And I was like, I want to be a ballroom dancer. But it was expensive. Never got to do it. My first, boyfriend was the grandson of Legine Lyman. He was really cute. And I was 9. I remember, I had ADD. I still do. If it doesn't keep my attention, I can't be consistent with it, which is almost everything. But they'd be doing, teaching and stuff, and I would always go into the bathroom during our teaching time, which was sad because my mom was, my mom had to take care of the finance on that. But I would go in the bathroom and just play in the water during class time. I get in trouble all the time, and I think eventually my mom just took me out because, I just wasn't using that time up that appropriately. And then my sister, Desiree, she was a superb dancer. I shouldn't say was, she is. And started taking on these summer sessions, where she would teach dance for the summertime, and that was as far as I'd go as far as dancing and stuff. And even then I still wasn't really good at being consistent at staying there and learning the dances. I didn't not learn them because I'm a quick learner, and when I had to learn something, I'd be quick at learning it and remembering it. But I wasn't good at being there, supporting the whole class and everything, so I was kind of a sucky sister in that way. But I'm super supportive. I wanted Desiree to be successful. I just wasn't a really good student candidate for her. This is good. See that bacon? Mm-mm-mm. And I love the cheese. It's so good. I need a drink of water. Oh, man. I was so thirsty. Anyway, so that was like the extent of my professional dance career, if you call it a career. I love dancing, don't get me wrong. I just like to do freestyle, like, especially like bump and grind kind of dancing. But I wasn't consistent at, like, I wasn't disciplined in it. And then I went through high school and stuff, and then I started being, like, on a cheer team, and I was just as horrible about that, too. Like, I was in an alternative school. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, so, I was on the cheerleading team. I went to an alternative high school because I slept a lot, like when I was in 10th grade, yeah. I'm telling you how I didn't show up. Like, I have ADD so bad, like, I can't, like, sit and just, like, listen to nonsense that I can't just, like, stay tuned on, it's like, I shouldn't say nonsense because I know it's important, but to me it was like, I can't literally just sit here and take on these classes that don't interest me. So I was missing a lot of school, and it was 10th grade. The first half of my 10th grade year. Oh, I should tell you some more of this, like, 10th grade. Okay, so we're gonna move a little bit from the dancing history, or like the fun, like, party history. I was going to Timpview High School. There was this boy on the bus. I just knocked my plate. There was a boy on the bus, and he always kicked me and stuff, and they're like, oh, if he kicks you, like, he must like you. And I can tell that he kind of liked me, but he was a little bit aggressive with it and mean, kind of mean. So I slept school so much, and then my mom told me she's transferring me to an alternative school. Well, the day before she told me that, I literally went to all my classes and was, like, trying. I went to my classes and said, hey, I really messed up by not showing up for these classes, and obviously I missed these school works and homeworks and stuff. Can I please get a list of what I need to do to make up for that? So I got all the homework that I missed for all those classes. And that same night, my mom didn't know I, like, on my own had done that. And seriously, that evening, coming home, she told me she's putting me in an alternative school. And she knew I was going to slough, or thought that I was going to slough, so she had me just stay at my aunt's house. I wasn't really connected to a lot of people there at Timpview. There was that boy on the bus that was a little bit aggressive with me, and there was a little handful of people that I was looking forward to see when I would show up, but I didn't really like going. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends, and we lived in a mobile home park. Timpview is a ritzy school. Like, Timpview is where, like, Osmond Lane, like, where the Osmonds and people who live close to where the Osmonds live, they have nice houses and nice things and stuff, and they have, like, impeccable hygiene and impeccable hair, and they smelled incredible, and they were just, like, a whole different lifestyle. Like, we were kind of grungy kids, and so they thought it would be really cool to put the kids from Laurelwood Mobile Home Park into this nice, super ritzy high school. And I just didn't feel like I fit in. I mean, like, if there was anything that just made me feel like I was even more less worthy, that would have been it for sure. And while I was sleeping, I was actually hanging out at Provo High, which was like 2 miles away from Timpview. And that's where my friends went, like where other trailer park kids went, and where other like level, like medium, like what do you call it? Like not low income, but like people who are like, have like a normal job, parents and stuff that work and whatever. So I felt more comfortable being there, but not that I would actually have paid attention in the classes. I don't think I would have paid attention in classes regardless of what school I was at. But I had more friends in common there at Provo High. And so I just left Timpview to go hang out with people at Provo High School. And then, I'd missed so much, so I went to go and get my classes, get what I had missed and stuff. And so my mom had my aunt watch me the next day. I shouldn't say watch me, but like she was like, you're not going back to that school. And I asked my aunt, I was like, I really, really feel like I need to go to school. Like, I really, really need to go back to Timpview and at least say goodbye to them, even though I didn't have a lot of friends there. And the friends that I did have were actually, they went to, some of them that I really enjoyed and stuff went to my church. So, I knew I was going to see them again. But I was like, I really need to go just go say goodbye or something. And so she drove me over to Timpview. And I got there, and a couple of my friends and then this group of people were just crying, super devastated. And there was a girl that was like getting in a fist fight with another girl, and the girl's name was Amber, and the other girl that was fighting was Megan. And they were just like, she was going to go and beat this girl up. And I was like, what is going on? And come to find out that the boy that was like kicking me on the bus and stuff all the time had committed suicide. I don't think I would have found out if I didn't go that day. And I really feel like it was so important that I went. And then I did end up getting to go to his funeral. I went to Independence High School, alternative school, and in that same, it was the next semester, so like December through May kind of thing. December through May semester or whatever. John came in. I'm like, get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. There was a guy named Bruce, and he was talking about this kid that had killed himself. And he's like, he was my best friend. I'm like, I could hear him talking about it. I'm like, are you talking about Joey Dennison? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, we were very good friends, And I was like, oh, like that was interesting. And I guess he was going out with this girl named Amber, which Megan was wanting to beat the crap out of her. Because I guess she didn't treat him very good at all. She was mean to him. That's what I had heard. I don't know. I didn't know that that he even had a girlfriend, kind of thing. I just, kind of wasn't even around that circle of friends very often. And I heard this guy talking, and he was like, yeah, he wrote a letter to a girl named Amber, but it's not Amber Jones. It's, and I was like, well, what was the girl's last name? Did he say what her name was? And he said Amber Reed. Her name was Amber Reed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. That was my maiden name was Reed. And I was like, you're kidding. Like, he wrote a note to me. Like, he was like, I never got to see the note. So, but the guy didn't know me. So for him to use my name and like, say that, I was like, I cannot believe, like, I didn't know that there was enough of those feelings for it to even manifest from his mouth or from him to write the name down or anything like that before he had killed himself. But that was a really bizarre story, and I felt like there was some like universal pull saying, hey, you need to get your butt to the Timpview because you need to figure out what's going on. And you don't really know. Sometimes you just don't know how you impact someone's life. I didn't know that he had feelings for me. I knew he was a little aggressive, but I didn't know that he liked me that way. And I probably wouldn't have dated him just because that aggression scared me. Like, it made me feel uncomfortable. And at some point, if you're, at that aggression when you're not even an item, I just get worried that would have, like, escalated to something even more severe. So I don't know. Like, I just didn't know him well enough, But, anyways, that was, sorry to go on this detour, but it was like, I'm reminiscing back in those days, and that was an interesting time in life. Anyways, and I was just saying, I went to an alternative school. I was doing cheerleading and stuff, and I still didn't show up the way I needed to, and I felt bad because I know the girls that were on the team were, consistent and doing their parts and stuff, but it was really hard for me to focus on anything. I've still been like that. Like, I've just had a hard time keeping jobs. Like, I'm just an inconsistent person because it has to keep my attention. I almost feel like that maybe I should have been, like, on some kind of, I don't know, maybe meds or something, or I don't know. Like, I would hate to lose who I am, like the real person inside of me, over medication. Like, I don't trust it. And some of the medications that are out there, like, will turn you into a potato, or it'll make you super hyper or whatever, and I don't want to deal with that. Like, I don't want to be who I'm not, And so, like, it's hard for people to understand, like I don't show up, or, like, somebody put it out there one time that, a woman who was kind of teaching this, I can't remember what it was called, like some kind of light type of religion or something, or like a way of life. She was just saying, my friend, she's just describing a friend that has similar issues to me, like being ADD or something. She was saying, my friend is where she needs to be. She shows up to where she needs to be. Like, it's more priority to be where she's at when she's not with me, even though she's engaged in a commitment to being there. Like, so I trust in the universe that she's where she needs to be, like, that she guides herself. And I hope that some of that might be true, that maybe my lack of attention allows me to have some meaningful influence or something on other people. If I'm not hanging out with the person that I'm saying, I'm going to be there, that the people that I am with, that maybe there's some kind of, like, benefit, whether it's like we're just connecting on an awesome level of love or whatever, because I really, really love a lot of people, and I usually love people that I meet, like, instantly, and just, like, I have like a bond with people. I love humanity. I love talent. I love, even if they're learning a guitar and they're just on the first stages and they've had one little breakthrough, I'm a fan of wanting to celebrate that little breakthrough. Like, let's keep going. Let's celebrate that breakthrough for you, even though it's like I just only learned how to play A, or something, or like 3 chords or something. And it's like, I know how hard that was for me to learn how to play 3 chords on the guitar, and congratulations, and let's keep moving, and let's have a party, and let's, it's incredible. And humanity and the skills humans learn, no matter if it's like playing a didgeridoo, or if you're playing bass, or if you're playing guitar, or you're, cooking, or you're a yoga instructor, or whatever. I am a fan. And so, like, I just don't get out enough. I'm not sure that I would feel like I do, even if I did. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I need, like, several lives to support the humanity and skills the way I would like to anyways. But alright, I'm going on 30 minutes here almost, so I'm gonna hang this sucker up. I wanted to show you something really quick. I've got this kombucha synergy. I love this stuff. It tastes nasty, but I like it because it's got stuff that's super healthy for your gut. I turned it upside down to kind of get the stuff that falls at the bottom. So I turned it upside down, so I'm worried it's going to explode on me. Anyways, it's like got vinegar. It's fermented, but it has like a vinegary taste, which is nasty in a way to drink it, but I know it's good for you. I drink these all the time. I used to be addicted to one of the flavors, but this isn't it, and I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, it's got like probiotics in it. Something really good for your gut, so try it sometime if you want. See if it helps you, like if you're consistent at drinking. I'm all talking about, I'm inconsistent, but I'm consistent at drinking my kombucha. All right, you guys, well, that's all for today, and I'll tune in and do another mukbang. I'm really, really hoping my friend Marietta will make her noodles because she makes amazing Asian food. She does really good fried rice. She does really good, oh my gosh, she made salmon cakes. Those were like my ultimate favorite. Like, so I'll show you what it is when she makes it. I'm excited to do a mukbang on that one. But thanks for tuning in to my story time and to this mukbang, and I hope you had a good time, breakfast time, hanging out with me and stuff and looking into my life, and I'm wondering how many of you have a similar experience. I'd love to hear, like, if you just put in the comments below, tell me some of the things that you did growing up. What are your fondest memories? You know, like, what is something that, was your mom good at planning slumber parties, or did you guys, like, have video game contests or something? Did you guys play Mario 3 or something, or did you play Sega, or, like, you know, just tell me what you did that was really exciting, that made your childhood most memorable, like, you know, positive things, because everyone's got a little bit of positivity. I mean, like, I don't imagine that everyone just has, like, super horrible experience. I know some people have had some awful experiences growing up, but, like, there's got to be something in there that might have made you smile or something, or made your eyebrows feel less heavy or something, you know. Tell me about that in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, because I've got more coming. I just got a lot of stories. I mean, like I said, big families come with big stories. And, you know, and I'm a musician and I'm performing all the time on stage, so I've met some awesome people and some crazy people. So just, you know, come tune in. Let's chat, and then tell me about you. You know, I'd love to hear about you. If you want me to do a shout out, I would do that too, and I'll investigate. I love investigating people. Like, not on a stalking way, but like, you know, musicians or artists or whatever. You know, whatever your skill is, you know, your craft. Tell me, and I'll come check you out. You know, and then I'll do a shout out on my videos and tell you all about it. Tell others about it, and that kind of thing. So, all right, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.